Reverend Mitchell.
Good evening, everybody. I didn't bring my manuscript, but I wonder if y'all let me exegete for a few minutes. To the Reverend Clergy, to President Shabazz, to the Executive Committee, to everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. And when the councilman asked me to come to talk, I was listening and wondering what could I say. And I thought I would dispel the myths, the rumors, and the untrue facts about what we do. So when the mayor brought me on 3 years ago, he wanted me to clean up Atlantic City from the homeless scenario because I did it in East Orange. So I have a background of hitting the streets. So forgive my appearance, but my team, we're out every day trying to make sure. And I'm sure all of you can see the city now from 3 years ago that is not what it used to be. You don't see a lot of people out, because my team is out every day trying to locate persons to help. We don't call them homeless, we call them unsheltered. So that's the term that we use, because we want to be sensitive to persons, and we don't want to put a stigma on persons. So I'm gonna tell you what we do. We help with rental assistance. When I say rental assistance, we help a person stabilize their rent situation, which means if a person needs help with their rent, back rent that is, we will help them. But they gotta show the ability to pay their rent. So if a person comes to my office and says they need help with their rent, the first question I'm gonna ask, are you current? Because if you're not current, then we can't help you going forward. But if you're current, we can help you with your back rent. We go up to a certain amount. I will not give a dollar amount because y'all listening. But we will assist those persons who might have fallen behind. If a person is not employed, the program does not help them. If you cannot show that you can sustain yourself, the program does not help them. So we'll be clear with that. So if a person comes to us and say, I'm behind my rent, I have no income, we can't even do anything. The funds are federal funds, and there's rules and regulations. Now, I know you all seen the press conference not long ago when the mayor came up and said he had a certain amount of dollars for rent assistance and utility assistance. That scenario allowed us not to use the same rules, but we use the same formula. You still must be able to pay your rent. You still must be able to have a job. Now, utility assistance, same scenario. You must have a job. You must have a shut-off notice. Just because you have a large bill does not mean we're going to help you pay it unless you have a shut-off notice. That needs to be clear, because City Hall was inundated with people thinking that we was going to help them pay down their bill. No, we're going to help those persons who are at risk. That's what we're here for, help persons at risk. So what do we do? What do we do? I'm sorry. Y'all gotta forgive my enunciation on occasion. I'm from South Carolina, so sometimes I do that. We help with rent, utility. What we do not do, if a person does not want help, that's nothing we can do. And a lot of times we see persons who out there, as cold as it is, persons still want to be outside. Unfortunately for Atlantic County, we have only one place. That's the rescue mission. A lot of persons don't want to go to the rescue mission. However, that's the only place where a person can go and receive shelter. It doesn't matter, whatever, because the rescue mission has certain criteria that they use. Persons have no services and people can't go there. But during Code Blue, they cannot deny anyone. So anyone you see on the streets, you can call the police, call 911. The police will respond and will escort them to the rescue mission. And my staff is there from 8 at night until 8 in the morning to make sure the rescue mission accepts those persons. So we're there and we're on the ground. So let me see if I can recap. What we do, we help persons. You must have a job. If you don't have a job, there's no assistance under the current program that we have. So any questions for me?
So what happens when the rescue mission runs out of space?
A 211, the question is what happens when rescue mission? 211 is available. 211 will provide a hotel for them.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that's the state. Make them easy questions, please.
So you mentioned the fact that you help with the homeless in East
No,
Orange, and that's
No, it's a different
the
name.
unsheltered.
Yes.
The unsheltered. So this is my question. Most people that are unsheltered don't have a job. So in that case, they still would be unsheltered because you're saying they have to have a job and have to show.
Let me clarify. If they do not have a job, the county of Atlantic County has general assistance, which is cash, and SNAP benefits. Once a person gets cash, they're eligible for emergency assistance. Once they get emergency assistance, I need to talk to the attorney because when they get the TRA, which is temporary rental assistance, persons can get their rent paid for up to a year. So we help them. We refer them to the county to ensure that they get cash and the SNAP benefits. Then they're eligible for emergency assistance, which allows them to be sheltered. So no one is turned away. What we discovered is a lot of persons don't have IDs. Well, we actually can give them IDs. And IDs are only, it's not a driver's license, they gotta go to DMV. We give them identification in the county. So if they go somewhere, they have something to show who they are. Did I answer your question? Almost enough.
No, I have another.
Uh-oh.
So, I happen to know someone
Uh-oh.
who, they aren't working now, and they were, I guess they applied for the TRA, and they are in a place, the gentleman let them move in, and now TRA is like, oh, we don't have it on record and all that kind of stuff. So, with that being said, who do you talk to get to that point? Because when they go to deal with the person that they were supposed to be dealing with, it's sort of like they make it, difficult for them to see that actual person to help them. And also, that person doesn't speak English real well, so that's a whole nother, situation as well.
To answer that situation, if a person moves in prior to getting their money, they're not eligible. Which means you can't move in and then expect the county or a state or anyone to pay for you moving in prior to they approving the benefits. Certain people, they come to my office or go to the county. They get TRA. They get approval, but it hasn't, the funds haven't been released. They move in. Right, Reggie? They move in. And then they expect the county to pay for it. We will not pay if you move in prior to receiving the funds. Because now you're not qualified. Because you're sheltered now. Everybody understand that? You can't move in prior to receiving the funds. You gotta wait to get the funds, then you move in. Because the funds go to the landlord, not the tenant.
Next question.
Yeah, I have a question. I probably missed something, but you said that, your company, your business would help with those.
City of Atlantic City.
Yes, City of Atlantic City would help with those who are back in their rent, but they had to be carried. So how are you gonna be back in your rent if you carry?
Okay, so. We will help a person if they can pay their current rent. For instance, if a person comes to my office, and this is February, they have not paid February, we're gonna tell them, pay February. And then if you have anything behind, like January, December, we help you with that. But you gotta demonstrate that you can pay the current month. If you can't pay the current month, we can't go forward because 6 months later, we're gonna be in the same situation. Yes.
I used to like, we want people to hear this last question, go ahead. Go ahead. We want everybody to hear your question.
So my thing is, I wanna ask this, you said you have to be current, so what if
The
you
rules
are-
say that.
The
It's
rules
not
say
the
that,
Mitchell
but-
said, the rules say that.
Okay, so what if you are current, but the way you receive your funds is every 2 weeks, and it's not like the 5th or the 10th of the month?
Okay, so, you wanna go there? Okay,
We have a scenario, she lives in a certain, section of the town. And they are very, very hostile to their tenants. And what we do not do is, late fees and things of that nature. We only deal with rent. And if you're current with your rent, however, you have late fees and other matters that's added to it, we do not actually pay those.
But what if they are paid, the late fees and the attorney fees?
Okay, so still the same scenario. And this for, I guess transparency, we are working with this young lady to try to help her. So, and the documents that we require, indicate that you have to have certain things in place. Once you have those things in place, then we move forward.
So what is that in place, court papers?
No,